everyone, welcome into the State Champs studio for Above the Net, sponsored by Raymond James. And as you can tell, we got a little bit of a special edition here for Halloween that is right around the corner. I'm Sydney Cariel, joined by Vince Muscat, our volleyball analyst. Vince, can you believe we're already in the playoffs? First off, also though, what do you think of our Halloween decorations here?
I'm sure I'm going to get a hard time from my wife. Last year I dressed up at Mr. Clean.
Wait, we got to take your hat off. We got to know why you look like
I'm
Mr.
Mr. Clean because of this nice shiny head of mine. Got the earrings in last year and everything.
The whole works.
I think this year, because Halloween's kind of in the middle of taping 2 episodes, we just thought we'd roll with our normal self.
Yeah, and you couldn't be driving home looking like Mr. Clean. Who knows what could have happened on the road.
Yeah, I got a lot of honks.
A little double takes while driving. But anywho, we are in Above the Net episode 9, which is so crazy because we're about to get into the playoffs. I can't even believe it.
Yeah, end of the year. I mean, this is what teams look forward to. If you have a team that's struggling, everybody's 0-0.
Yeah.
You know, there could be some Cinderella stories that take place. Everybody has a fresh slate.
Yeah, we love a good underdog story here, but we're going to go ahead and get right into our takeaways from this week's games that we were at, and we'll start it off with Orchard Lake St. Mary's taking on Regina. This was a fun one for the Cardinal Division Championship. Regina came out strong, taking the first set 25-13, then carried that momentum over to the second, taking it 25-23, a close one. Senior Olivia Dobbs recorded 19 kills, but don't count out Orchard Lake St. Mary's just yet. OLSM took the third set 25-14, so we head to the fourth set. This one, another close one, but St. Mary's staying alive, taking it 28-26, and that was an exciting one. So now that brings us to the final set of the game, a nail-biter to finish this out. Orchard Lake St. Mary's takes it 15-12 to come back from behind and win 3 straight sets and win the Cardinal Division Championship.
It means a lot because this is our 3rd year of girls, so we are just so proud to have won this award, and we have no seniors at all, so it's just a very big accomplishment for us. We're just so proud of ourselves. We worked so hard.
We just said we had nothing to lose. This is new experience for us, obviously being a 2nd-year varsity team, and we just thought now's our time to get gritty. That's our word of the year, and the girls did exactly that. We started working on communication and reminding ourselves that this game is fun and to get back to Eaglet volleyball and show the world who we are.
Vince, a mouthful here. I feel like I'm out of breath after that game. What did you think of these 2 teams?
I think Orchard Lake is bringing a lot of credibility to the Cardinal Division. I think they're 3 years old. We always talk about the Bishop Division with Marion and Mercy. They're a solid squad. They have no seniors on their squad. One of their better players, Meredith Martin, is a freshman. Had an incredible year this year. Regina also is a strong program that I think just joined the Cardinal Division a few years back, but Coach Laura Papa is doing a really nice job with that group, and I think they've had a couple of matches where they went 5 sets this year with Orchard Lake St. Mary's. They could be on a collision course at regionals. Regina's, I think, the favorite to win their district this year. Orchard Lake St. Mary's has got a little gauntlet of a district with Country Day and Notre Dame Prep in there, so if they can make it out of there, then anything can happen, but that is a brutal district to be in.
We move forward here to our next game. How about a rivalry matchup? Marion and Mercy going head-to-head for the final time this season. And once again, Marion was too much to handle. Lauren Hemming had 3 aces. Outside hitter Izzy Busiami recorded 18 kills, while Molly Banta tallied 8 as well, leading the Mustangs to the sweep and winning the Catholic League Championship. This is Marion's 3rd consecutive tournament title, and they're showing that they are the team to beat this year once again.
A couple weekends ago, we lost 2 of our very big starters, and just being able to win the Catholic League against one of our biggest rivals, I think was a very big statement for us, especially with having those 2 players out. And I think it really motivates us to go into playoffs fired up and ready to play all these amazing other teams.
Vince, you see this matchup more often than anyone. What did you think this time around?
I've been on the other end of things where Mercy beat us 16, 20 times in a row, and I feel like now the tides have changed a little bit over the last 3 years. Marion has dominated this rivalry. I know Mercy has a better team than I think what they're putting out against Marion, but I think there's that mental block that they got to get over that hump. Mercy has so much talent on their team too, and I think they can make a run in the playoffs. It could be good this year that Mercy and Marion are separate. Last year they were in the same district. This year they're on the opposite side of the brackets. So I think that'll allow Mercy to kind of carry into the playoffs. And again, hopefully they learn from this, and if they see Marion again, it'll be in the finals.
For our final game, let's head out to Ann Arbor Skyline for senior night against Tecumseh. The Eagles soared to a 3-set sweep. Skyline won the first one 25-19, then kept the momentum going, taking the second 25-18, and then came away with the win to take the third 25-17. The Eagles finished the regular season on a 9-game winning streak, and Skyline's Harper Murray stood out with 25 kills, and this is impressive. Harper finishes the season with the school record for most career aces and over 2,000 kills.
I feel like it's really surreal. Like, I've known a lot of these girls since I was a freshman. I play with a couple of them in club. I'm really close with them off the court too, so it means a lot. And it's really sad, but big things ahead of me, so I'm excited. Our goal is to make it to states again. That's always our goal of ours ever since I was a freshman. Making it to Battle Creek has always been a goal of ours. Same thing this year.
So we're definitely having some intense practices gearing up for district. So I think the most important thing will be one game at a time. We just have to start, win our first game, win the second, keep going, and then hopefully make it back to Battle Creek. That's the goal.
Vince, we talk about Harper more and more every week. What do you see in her, and what do you see in the Skyline team?
I mean, what do I see in her? I see the same thing I've seen the last 4 years: dominance. She's a dominating player. Exactly. No, we're in the final stages of a brilliant high school career, whether I've seen her at Ann Arbor Skyline or in club. She's a dominating player, really fun to watch. I know opposing coaches are looking forward to her career ending for high school and her moving on.
Yeah.
And I know fans don't want it to end. You know, it's fun just watching a player like that. You'll see her in the Big Ten Network, so if you're a fan, you'll watch her playing for Nebraska, and I think Skyline looks poised to make a run in the state tournament behind Harper. But I also think some other players are going to need to step up, especially outside hitter Kate Maley, who's had a tremendous year too. So as Harper rotates back, a lot of teams are trying to get that to happen, and so when they rotate back, she's going to have the offense on her shoulder. And if she can do what she's been doing, I think we can see them in Battle Creek too.
Yeah, so as we know, Harper and Skyline they're a fun group to watch, a fun team to watch, but we do have a lot of other fun teams that it's going to be fun to watch down the stretch too. So that brings us right into our final top 10 rankings of the season. It's crazy. We saw a lot of movement, but this is it. This is the final top 10. So we've got at 1, Marion, 2, Northville, 3, Forest Hills Northern, 4, Forest Hills Central, 5, North Branch, 6, Hudsonville, 7, Skyline, 8, Mercy, 9, Dakota, and 10, SMCC. So Vince, when you look at this top 10 final rankings, what stands out to you?
A lot of parity.
Yeah.
I think any team can beat any team. Obviously, nobody on this list is undefeated. I think if you got a healthy Marion, they had that shot, and they went to Beast of the East and lost a couple of kids. But there's just so much parity, and I think any team can beat any other team in the playoffs, and that's going to kind of be the mantra for the playoff season this year.
We're going to take a quick break and check out this week's Game Changer from our friends at DMC Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine.
Hi, I'm Laura Ramus with DMC Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine. And today on Game Changers, we're going to show you the 3 keys to a successful off-season training program. The end of the school year or the end of your competitive season marks an important time frame, your off-season. A lot of times this can be a short period of time, but this is a time that you can either gain or lose ground on your competition. Here are the 3 keys for a successful off-season training program. Number 1, start with a goal. Before beginning any training, you must first have a clear plan of attack that gives you the best opportunity for success. Each sport has its own unique demands for strength, speed, and endurance. Training should mirror the conditions you will be experiencing during your sport. For example, off-season training for a football athlete will be much different for that of a volleyball athlete. And even within those sports, Positions will be different. For example, a quarterback will train different than a lineman. A librero in volleyball will train different than a setter. Number 2, master the basics. Performance training has a strict hierarchy you must follow to prevent injury and optimize long-term development. Just like infants first learn to crawl before they can walk, athletes must master the basics before they move into more complex exercises. For example, learn how to squat before you work on plyometrics and jump training. Number 3, avoid injury. Often overlooked in the off-season training program is the number 1 goal of any training: keeping yourself on the field and not injured. You're no use to your team if you're injured, regardless how fast or strong you are. So first of all, think about the previous injuries you've had in other seasons. Work on things to help prevent those. Secondly, learn what the most common injuries are in the sport that you play and train to prevent those injuries.
Do you have a sports injury, or are you just looking to take your game to the next level? Then go where the pros go. DMC Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine. For immediate care, call 313-910-9328 or visit dmc.org/gamechangers.
Now it's time for our Volleyball Player of the Year update, sponsored by Michigan Elite Volleyball Academy. And as always, we have such talented athletes. But this week, Vince, we are going to spotlight Forest Hills Northern Kennedy Louisville.
Yeah, she's another outside hitter in a class that's loaded with pin hitters. I feel like watched her at the Beast of the East. She can just flat out fly. She's got this attitude when she hits, like I don't care who's in front of me trying to block me.
Yeah.
Try it, you know. She's got a great hitting percentage on the season. Forest Hills Northern, they're number 3 in our rankings, and they're a state Division I state contender. She's a big piece of why they are. I expect them to go a long way. They've got a tough district to get out of. With I believe their rivals are in it, Forest Hills Central, who beat them a couple weeks back, but I think this she's a game changer, and I think she's going to really step it up in the playoffs. She's committed to UNC Greensboro, where I think she'll do well at. And her ball control is starting to match her attacking ability too, which makes her a 6 rotation problem for teams.
Yeah, definitely. And she's one of the standouts on the courts this season. And if you see on your screen now, you can see all 10 of who are in our top 10 list for Volleyball Player of the Year. And don't forget, it's so important for you to vote for who you think deserves this award at the end of the season. To vote, you can go to statechampsw.com and pick who you think deserves Volleyball Player of the Year. Again, that's statechampsw.com. Well, as we mentioned, the district rounds start on October 31st, so Monday, October 31st. And next week in our episode, we will dive more into those district rounds and the regionals and give you a little bit of predictions we've got going. Vince is going to give us who he thinks could win the state finals in all of the divisions, so it's gonna be good.
Yeah, it's an exciting time of the year. Good luck to all the teams. Stay healthy over the next 5 days of the regular season, and then hopefully everybody's coming 100% healthy and ready to go for the playoffs.
Yep, and we will have all that next week. But before we go, we do have to give a special shout out to Vince for his birthday.
Oh,
we got a birthday boy in the house here. So happy birthday, Vince, from all of us here at State Champs and all of our viewers. We won't put the number out there.
Oh,
but
I'll be 40. That's all
the
right.
big 40! That's going to be, we're excited for you. Happy birthday, as always, and I hope you were surprised by that. I caught you off guard. Called an audible on this one. But happy birthday, and we will see you guys all next week. Nominations are being accepted now for the Detroit Athletic Club Foundation's Michigan High School Athlete of the Year Awards. 6 females and 6 males will win a $1,000 college scholarship and be invited to the DAC in downtown Detroit on June 5th, 2023 to find out who will be this year's Athlete of the Year. Seniors only, and you can't be nominated if you don't apply. Find out more and download the application at dacathleteoftheyear.com. State Champs Above the Net is presented by Raymond James, tailored financial advice that helps you live your life. State Champs Above the Net is also powered by Lawrence Technological University. Visit ltuathletics.com and recruit yourself. Michigan Elite Volleyball. Work hard, play hard. Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics. The Michigan Army National Guard, a proud sponsor of the MHSAA. And the Detroit Medical Center Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine Pros. Visit dmc.org/gamechangers.